Hello everyone, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. It is awfully hot here in New Mexico, so you might hear my fan in the background. I don't have an overhead fan because then all my paper products would be flying around. I think it's like 90 degrees here today. It's pretty hot. I am trying to find you all on my iPad, taping down my grid paper. So I have quite a bit of announcements. As some of you seen, today I posted about my 10-year anniversary from Stampin' Up! At Onstage. So technically I made my 10 years last year. It's just that we celebrated it this year. So I am almost completed with my 11th year. In April, I will have 11 years with Stampin' Up! So thanks to all of you who join me and let me share what I love to do, and that's create. I first got into Stampin' Up! Just to have some me time, some creativity time. It became a stress reliever for me. I was working at a very stressful job and I needed something to, bring me down, just forget about the stress. And when I started it, I would just create for hours and hours and hours and hours on end. And I still do that today, but I love it. So along with all my announcements, so I don't forget, prizes for my Friday giveaways have all gone out. Everybody should be receiving them about, I don't know, today, tomorrow-ish. The prizes for share my videos have gone out. My last kits went out. I do have one extra Let's Create kit. Hold on a second. It was the Easter basket. I have this bundle, or this kit, which includes a designer series paper. I don't think the designer series paper is in, but this one is $45 and you do get Stampin' Up! Product. Like I said, I don't have this designer series paper in here, but then your packets. One of the projects is a sanitizer holder, so the sanitizer's included. So this is first come, first serve. Whoever wants it, email me, let me know that you want the March Let's Create craft kit, and I will get that out to you. Okay, so for this week, when you share my video, comment that you share my video so that I can put you into a prize drawing. And I'm going to do two. I'm going to do an embellishment pack for one and then a set of handmade cards. There's 6 handmade cards with the envelopes in here. So again, make sure you comment that you share my video so that I can put you in. If you want the tutorial for this week, join my email list. Every Friday I send out a new tutorial, and it's my Workshop Wednesday project. And my April Let's Create craft kit is now available for you to subscribe. You're gonna make a card. This card, I forget how many cards. 1, ooh, I got things all over. 2 and 3. This is a fun fold. It'll stand like so. But this is April's kit. You'll make 2 tags that you can put on, gift bags, gifts, 2 tags, and you're going to make a little box that holds a little jar of jam. And yes, you will get the jar of jam in your kit as well. So, and then you're going to get like $20 in Stampin' Up! Product, I know, including the ribbon, the dots, and the designer series paper. I think a half pack of designer series paper. So again, this kit is all $45 as well, and it gets shipped. That includes shipping to your door. So if you like that, let me know. Or the subscription link is below on YouTube, and I will post it later after this video in the comments on Facebook. And this is this month's product of the month. So when you spend $75 in my online store, you can choose this as your product of the month, and it's $5. And so when you do that, I will send you, me and 5 others have created a tutorial. This is last month's tutorial. I haven't printed this month's tutorial, but we each create 2 projects for you using the product of the month. See, last month was the designer series paper. So I will send that to you when you spend your $75, or even if you get the stamp set. Okay, I think that is it. So what are we making today? Today we are going to make this little sanitizer holder. This bundle, this whole suite of products I have not been able to put down. I have colored so many strawberries, so many blueberries. So this holds a Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. The one I have in here is blackberry. I should have put a blackberry on there, but the one we're going to use is black cherry merlot. And I want to show you, I made a mini version, and I used the strawberry, the stamp that I colored, and I put those little strawberry candies in it. So it's just a smaller version. The box is the same size as the sanitizer. It's just I used the smaller labels. Pretty simple. So we are going to be using the Made with Sweetness dies. So this is a bundle, but we're only using the dies because we're going to create our cherry and our blueberry. And we're using this Filled with Sweetness. Oops, that's cut on there. Because we're going to use Homemade for You. That's all. We're using the stamps. But again, this is the bundle. Now, I use these for my on-stage swap. I use this one, and I did make these as gifts for some of my friends. So we're going to use this stamp set, this die set, and of course, we are going to use the beautifully celebrated dies because we're using these label dies to make our holder. So all the information is on the tutorial. So if you need to know the product, like I said, we're using black cherry merlot. So Bath and Body Works has cherry ones, they have strawberry ones, they have blueberry ones. Whatever you need, you can go find it at Bath and Body Works. I found the ones that I had on hand. I like the black cherry merlot. Okay, so let's start out with some petal pink cardstock. And we are going to cut this at 3 3/4. I'm trying to see on my laptop, make sure that I'm in there. Say hello. If you're watching, say hello. Don't be shy. So 3 3/4 by 3. Again, this is petal pink. And we're going to score all 4 sides at 1 inch. So I'm going to use this 1-inch marker over here. It's just easier to see. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. All right, so I am going to burnish all of these lines. Look, I had to put notes on my pieces of paper. Oh, I put die cuts, and this isn't the one we're using for die cuts, so obviously I didn't put it in the right place. And so now we're going to cut up the score lines on the short side. So this is the 3-inch side. So we're going to cut up this score line here. this score line here. Now, I like to always angle mine, and that's just my preference. And also, you can cut these tabs in half, and it just makes it less bulky because they're going to adhere to this one. So, and I feel like I did not cut the score line all the way. Okay, so again, cut up the score lines on the short side. I angle mine, you don't have to. You can cut these in about a half. That's funny that I wrote on die cuts, and then I must have had this paper for something else. So that's good. Oops, I didn't cut that one in half. So this box is super easy to put together. We're just going to glue the 4 tabs. You know, it is so hot that I feel like my glue's even melting. So if it looks super runny, you know, here in my craft room, I have 2 windows here. I have the blinds closed, but if I don't, I do have them open most of the day. Let me see, I didn't put that. I didn't make that level. It'll be okay. And then we're going to glue these 2. So see, if we hadn't cut these in half, these are just going to overlap. So it's pretty much how you want it. I'm going to hold these down for a minute. See, my glue is melting because look, it's all running. Now I'm going to have glue all over. Like what I always do. See, it's running out. My goodness. And look at my cute little peep holder that I got from my friend Heather from Onstage. That was a gift. If you guys hadn't seen Country Hive, it's a name that makes all of those. Okay, so now I'm going to get my, watch how easy this goes together. I think our box was probably the hardest part. We are going to, oh, I didn't tell you, we're using the Made with Love Designer Series paper. So the Filled with Sweetness Sweet has some Designer Series paper. You guys have seen me use it. And it's called Homemade Sweetness or something. Anyway, they're out of, it's on back order right now. So I'm using this paper. So I'm sure you guys have a bunch of this left over for Valentine's. So we're going to cut, this one is the second to the smallest label from the Beautifully Celebrated. This one is the third. We're going to need 2 of these and just 1 of these. You can cut 2 if you want them for your to do the front and back. And then this is our label. This is going to be our blueberry. I won't fit the strawberry this time around. Oops, this moved. But how many of you still have Made with Love Designer Series paper? I have a bunch of it. And actually my card for Fun Fold Friday, I'm going to be using it again. Because I wanted to use up that paper. We got to use up what we have. So on the blueberry, let me show you. There's this, and then there's the little center. And my center is right here. We're not using this blue one because we're going to cut it again in. But you want to keep that piece. That's my, I want to keep it because I'm going to use it and I will show you why. So let's cut another one of these. Where? There's my, we're going to do our cherry. I said strawberry. It's a cherry. And our cherry. Here's our cherry. This is the cherry stem. Oops, I'm out because I'm on this side. And on the blueberry, we're only going to need the stem part of it. So you just, look, you could actually probably put it right here with the cherry stem. You can see it now that I moved. So we have our cherry, our other label, and the 2 stems. And we will cut And let me show you. Let's get our label. Let me move this back over so it's more in the camera. Our cherry. And we got our stems. Is everybody else got hot weather? Okay, here's our cherry stem. So again on the, hi Lori. It's okay that you're late. At least you made it. So we want to save both of these pieces. So I'm going to keep this in here for now, just because I don't want to lose those pieces. Now, watch how easy this is going to go together. Well, I'm going to move those. Let's grab our silicone mat and put our pieces together. So I am going in. So what I'm doing is making a lid so I can show you. Kind of opening this up. And then we're going to stick our stem through. But I think instead of gluing this, I'm going to use tape. You can obviously use glue. Usually I'd use glue, but I'm just trying to save us some time. We're going to do, so now on this little guy, we want to save this one. The other day I was going through my trash trying to find all these little pieces because I made like, I don't know, about 8 of these for on stage. So there's 2 ways I'll show you. I'm over here chit-chatting my poor glue. It's like so melted. So we're gonna glue our cherry leaf on. This is gonna go right on here. And I put too much glue, but I wanted you to see why we need this, or it's up to you. So the glue's in there. If I didn't use the glue, it would be blue in there. So it's totally up to you. If you want to put this little tiny piece, I'm going to take your pick tool. And I like the way that it looked with this piece in. So that's why I just want you to beware. Don't lose this little piece in case you want it. If not, again, you'll just see the blue there. So that's our blueberry. That's our cherry. We'll set those aside. We are actually going to do some heat embossing too. You know, you guys might have seen how I asked, do you like heat embossing? It's not one of my favorite things to do, but I love the look of it. I rarely do it. So we're just going to glue that right on like so. And we're going to do our heat embossing before we assemble all this. Okay, so our tag that we made, I got little pieces. We're gonna emboss our homemade for you. So I like to use the embossing buddy. So you just rub it across so that it takes all the static off and you won't get extra embossing powder. We are going to use the silver embossing powder. I got my tweezers, I got my paintbrush, and I got my spoon in case I need them. We are going to stamp homemade for you. I hope that's straight without sticking my head in the camera. Today my camera is awfully close. So I'm going to grab my tweezers to hold it. Get my silver embossing powder. Put that on. So those of you watching, are you an embossing person or not? I've been doing for me not doing it much, I've been doing it a lot. Oh, you got to 82 today, huh, Lori? So you're hot too. Okay, so this is gonna be a little noisy, and we'll watch the magic work. You see the silver? I've had a lot of people say this is what made them first buy Stampin' Up stuff was because of the heat embossing. I love the look of it, like I said, but I just don't do it enough. Because for me, I'm a very well organized person, but I feel like I'm messy when it comes to embossing. I just move my embossing off to the counter because I know I'll make a mess with it. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our sanitizer holder together. Now, you know, these make great little teacher gifts. These make great gifts for your dental assistants, your medical assistants. So I'm just going to put one dimensional on the cherry. We're going to layer our cherry. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to move it over because I don't want it to cover this. But you want to make sure nothing's below this area here, because we're going to line this up at the bottom of our box. If anything's below it, it'll make it uneven. And then now we just need one little dimensional for our blueberry. And that is done. So now you want to put your backside backsides together, backside to backside, and we're gonna get a hole punch. And I just have this. This is not your standard hole punch. This is smaller, but you can use a standard hole punch. And I'm gonna punch just above the designer series paper, like so. And now we can glue these onto our box. So what I did is I added my glue to the box. And as you can see, I'm not putting it here because of the way our label is shaped. It's not gonna, see? And this corner and this other corner actually will match. I'll show you on the other side because it's not gonna have the cherry in the way. Ah! What happened? It's stuck. Me and my running glue. I swear the heat melted it. Look at, I'm getting it all over me. Okay, so we'll just kind of put it around here. I gotta keep putting this glue, the lid on, otherwise it's gonna. So if you look, see the corners? Corner will line up, corner will line up. This one is a little bit different because that's the one that I had the theme knot set straight. Let me get a baby wipe real quick because I'm gonna have this running glue all over. Lori, where you craft, are you around windows where your stuff gets nice and hot and toasty? Embossing is scary to you? I think because I make a mess. So we're gonna go ahead and put our sanitizer in there. We're gonna get our ribbon, feed it through, and we just need a little bit. Yeah, I just make a mess with embossing powder. I make a mess. You know, normally I am not a mess. I'm not a messy person at all. Very clean. But there's just times where, I don't know, when it comes to embossing. So I'm going to use my tweezers again to hold my ribbons together. And I am using white baker's twine. Hi, Joan. And I am going to tie a bow around to hold that string together, or the ribbon together. Yeah, my friends really like these as a gift. I was making them the day before I left, of course. Last minute Lisa. Because I was working on so many things. I was trying to get all my videos recorded. But I had an amazing time on stage. The weather was perfect. The location of my Airbnb was like a 3-minute walk to the convention center. I couldn't have gotten more lucky. And so a lot of times me and my friends, we would go over there and drop some of our stuff off at my place so we didn't have to carry it around all day. And you know what? For those of you who may have joined a little late, that's it. That is done. We're done. That is how easy this went together. Just 2 labels, a box, this label, this, and the fruit. These dies I love, 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 love. And for those of you who might have missed, this was a mini one. I just used the smaller dies. So like the one that I used here, which was the second, is what I used here. And then this was the smallest. And then look, I put the strawberry. You could build the strawberry. Let me show you this set where you build them. Look how many, I have so much stuff built. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. This one, I always put my things inside my, so see the strawberries, but this one was a little bit bigger. That's why I did it, the one that you stamp in color. Look, I've even made some chocolate covered strawberries. Got a project coming, so sneak peek. Look, the blackberry. Love this one. I have already seen people making recipe books. I haven't got there yet, but I am going to be making one as well. So that is the project. Easy peasy. Here's first one. The one we just did, and then this is the little mini one, so you could put, it fits 3 of those strawberry candies in it. So if you found some blueberry candy, or you know what, probably even fruit snacks. I think you would have to make your box a little bit bigger to stick some fruit snacks in or something. But that's it. We are already done today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Next week, I will have another fun project for you. You guys all take care and try to stay cool. I'm trying to stay cool. Hopefully my fan in the background didn't make too much noise. But be sure and catch me on Friday. Like I said, I have another card. It's called a secret message card. So it's kind of fun foldish, I guess. But I'm doing it for Fun Fold Friday. All right, everybody, you have a great evening and take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.